You said you loved me. This is how love is, you see. How was I to know? That's not how it's meant to be. My world changed the day I was abused. It started at a young age and continued for many years. I grew up in a remote and sheltered environment, homeschooled and hidden away from the world. There was no one to tell. I was alone. At the age of 12, I started self-harming. When I felt physical pain, it suppressed the emotional pain for a while. It was how I coped. I began to feel a deep, dark depression. I couldn't escape from my circumstances or my mind. I tried running away from where I lived, only to be brought back. The depression deepened. I began to give up hope. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want to die. I just didn't know how else to make it stop. I started controlling my eating to control the chaos I felt inside, creating a vicious cycle of binging and purging. Throughout this, the abuse continued, only the faces were different. Hopeless, failure, worthless. These were the words I believed. Unlovable, broken, unfixable. I'd given up on life and myself. If this was life, I didn't want it.
I came to Destiny Haven pretty broken and lost. The journey took me a lot longer than most people. I had to learn so many new basic things that most people had already learnt growing up. I'd grown up in a pretty remote and sheltered environment, so I was taught what I had to like and what I had to dislike and what I had to believe, and if I differed, I was punished. I'd never had a birthday celebrated, I'd never celebrated Christmas. As far as I knew, what my experience was what everyone else experienced. As I began to live in a healthy environment, I began to realise that my life was anything but normal. I had to learn these things before I could even begin to acknowledge and work through all the trauma and hurt that had happened in my life. I've learned so many new things at Destiny. It hasn't been an easy journey. One of the things I learned how to do was to develop healthy relationships. It can be quite challenging learning something as an adult that you should have learned as a child. There were a lot of days to start off with where all I wanted to do was leave. At Destiny, they celebrated my birthday for the first time. I began to learn what real love was and experience that for the first time, and as I did, slowly I began to trust. It can be very hard, but it is so worth it. At Destiny, I discovered that I had a creative side. I applied to do a fashion design and technology course. 2 years later, I graduated with a diploma. It was kind of a proud moment for me because it was something that I'd never even dreamed possible. I recently acquired a studio workspace that isn't my dining room table. I work alongside some of the industry's best to create beautiful photographs and works and pieces. I've had my garments published in over 15 magazines and involved in maybe 70 plus photo shoots. I've had a 6-page spread in the Hunter Lifestyle magazine, and I've also done 2 runway shows and been involved in 2 short fashion films. One of my goals at the very beginning was to show people and myself that it is possible to come from a place of extreme darkness and depression and hopelessness to a place where there is life and light and hope, and a place where you can see your dreams begin to come true. I hope that in some way my story has been able to encourage you that there is hope, life is possible, you are stronger than you think. You are alive for a reason. You were given a dream and a passion for a purpose in this world. So dream big, dream crazy, dream as though there were no limitations. It's not been an easy journey for me to get where I am today. I still have days where I struggle. However, I am in a lot better place than I was when I first started. I now know that I am loved, I am important, I am courageous, I am valued, I am strong, and I am beautiful.